Welcome back, guys. We are going to be continuing going over different Disney movies, and I hope you guys, first off, have been enjoying it. And today we're going to be talking about an extremely goofy movie. Now, this was pretty much not only another favorite of mine, but also I just really enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the character progression of this movie because this was pretty much, I would say, the coming of age story for Max. Now, the entirety of this movie is based around Max going to college. And between him, PJ, and Bobby, they're really focusing on getting into the X Games, their version of different types of sports events that they want to participate in because PJ and Max are very good at skateboarding or skates, and Bobby, he does skating, all that kind of stuff. So what they do is they're wanting to go ahead and participate in the X Games. Now, when this happens, they do go to college, and PJ's dad's ready for him to go to college, but Goofy's not. Goofy is still wanting to hold on to his son, which is understandable because, you know, him being a single parent, he's wanting to be there for Max. Now, Max and Bobby and PJ, they go to college and they go into the dorms and they start skating around. Then they meet the local the guys of the campus, which is the Gammas, and they've won every single cup that they've been there since they've been into the S Games, right? So as soon as that happens, the leader tries to recruit Max, and he doesn't want to include Bobby or PJ. Now, when that happens, Max declines, and this is when this robbery goes on. And Max is trying to not only get them to fight back against these guys, but then Goofy, he's going through a very big depression of realizing his son's no longer there. His son doesn't really need him. And then he loses his job, which really messes him up. And then he, unfortunately, does not have a college degree. So when he tries to go to college, he goes to the same college Max goes to, and it just really kind of takes it from there because he's trying to be in his son's life but also still be a father, but he's a college student as well. And Goofy meets a love interest as well, who is the librarian of the college, and they take a liking to one another, and he starts having a college relationship slash college due to the fact of realizing that he doesn't need to be a father right now. He's trying to go back and forth of, okay, what do I do? Do I be a father or do I be a college student? I'm not sure if I can be both. And when he meets Sylvia, who is the librarian, he pretty much finds another chance at being in love with someone, because again, we did not really know anything about Max's mother. And this is when we kind of figure out how somewhat good Goofy is at skateboarding and other things, and this is when the Gammas recruit him, and his grades take a turn, and between Sylvie trying to be there for him and also tell him, hey, look, you need to really focus on your grades and do this, so he really pushes himself to be an A+ student. He finally does after studying so much. And Max, he is dealing with his dad and a possible relationship, and then PJ gets into a relationship with this one girl that is a poet at a club, and he actually gets in a relationship, which is actually kind of shocking. And even Bobby tries to get with her, but it doesn't work. And this movie has everything I think the first movie had, from action, adventure, comedy, great music themes. They have like a Shake a Groove thing in one of the clubs that they go to, which is absolutely amazing, seeing that scene, or some of the other scenes with the skateboarding and things like that. So I really enjoyed that when I was younger. I really enjoyed seeing the evolution of these characters, because it really went into what you go through in college. You either I wouldn't say you fail or you succeed, but I guess you choose if you're going to succeed, is the best way I can describe this, because Goofy really goes through, I would say, the college life he never had, because I think he stated he went there in the 70s, and he's saying like, oh, I'm too old for that now, and that's when he gets like, oh, hey, go ahead and go back. And he does. And I will say it's rather interesting seeing how he went from being a so-called idiot, and he's really not. And then he goes into being a college, graduate. And really quick, which was kind of shocking because I think he was almost done. And my best guess is that he possibly met Max's mom at that time. She got pregnant with Max, something happened, and he became a single father. Is my best guess. And then Max, he stays in college with his friends, and he wins X Games as well after all the encouragement that he gets from everybody. And the two things that you can really get from this is, obviously when Max gives the trophy to his dad and telling him, I may not be your little boy anymore, but I'll always be your son. And that's another thing, Goofy, he can be overbearing, but at the same time, he really shows that he's there for his son, which is really cool. And then Max accepting his dad and accepting himself and accepting, like, hey, I have my friends, I have my dad, and now my dad has a new girlfriend, possibly, maybe another wife soon. And that's really cool too to see this in this movie. But I really enjoy this movie. I really enjoy the comedy in here. I enjoy the story, the evolution of these characters, some of the one-liners in here, especially between Bobby, Pauly Shore returning. You had all these other characters for the voice acting returning. I really enjoyed this movie. I really do. I think I enjoyed this just as much as I did the first one, which is rare, especially with a Disney movie when they try to take the original and then they put it into a sequel, which is hard to do. But I think they did a good job. But overall, guys, have you ever seen an extremely goofy movie? Is it a good movie? Is it a bad movie? Is that a classic in your opinion? Me personally, I do think this is a classic. I think that this is a good movie to continue the franchise of Goofy and Max, and then also just the craziness that they get into, and if it just hypes up to it. But either way, guys, let me know what your thoughts are about it down in the comments down below. If you guys did enjoy it, let me know what you thought about the movie. Leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know, and I'll see you as always on the very next one.